TempahZone.
How's it going, everybody? Wherever you listen to this podcast right here, this is episode 109 of the TempahZone podcast with your host, me, Amir Max, and that's all facts. Ladies and gentlemen, my special guest in the building today, a returning member of the TempahZone podcast, returning guest of the TempahZone podcast. This dude right here is my homie right here. Always down to have him on, man. May know him as Alex Cobra, but today, ladies and gentlemen, from here on out, I got my homie on here, Shakin' Jake.
Yeah, Alex Cobra is dead and Shakin' Jake is alive. It's coming for you. He shakes, he bakes, and his name is Jake. Uh-huh.
You gotta hit the breather when I'm Shakin' Jake now.
This is Amir Max. This is Amir Max's cup of coffee in the big time. Yeah, cup of coffee in the big time. I love it.
It sounds like a mix like De Niro. Gotta get the Niro vibe from that.
You see this, huh? See this, huh? Yeah. This is Amir Max with the facts, huh? See this over here?
Yeah, you gotta hit him with that head bob, man. Yo, how's everything been, man? Shoot. This is like the first time we've spoken actually in a while. Like this episode right here.
Yeah, I think it was like a week after. I think like a couple days after the podcast, you and I were started talking, and then a couple weeks went by, and then a month, and then I hit you up around like March or so. I was like, "Hey, hope you're doing well." And then I finally got too good, and I was like, "Well, I'm Hollywood now."
Yeah, you sold out, bro. You fucking sold out, bro. Man.
Yeah,
couldn't believe it. Like this dude went to Shakin' Jake, dropped some merch and said peace.
Yeah. I was like, Hollywood, here I am. Hollywood found out, evicted me a day later, and I'm back here with my parents.
Yeah, it was that quick, man. 15 minutes of fame it's a real thing, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a lot picked up after our previous episode, because that was right around like I think it was literally like January 3rd.
You were the first episode of the year, bro.
Of 2021, right? So there was definitely a lot has changed because it's been close to 5-6 months, and a lot has transpired through that time.
Isn't it crazy, man? Yeah, that's why I asked, bro, because we just went through. We recorded that in the midst of the pandemic in the winter. And now we're in the summer and shit's back open, concerts open up. So shit's just fully running right now. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, bro.
I was 470 pounds then, thinking it was winter hibernation. I'm 470 now. Summer hibernation. It just, you got to level it out. But, what can you do?
Yeah, man, it ain't no thing, bro.
It's the freshman 15, but I've been graduated for 2 years now. So you just got to go with it.
It still counts. It's so biggie.
I call it the freshman 15 years. That's how you get it.
The freshman 15. So yeah, I guess it could work that way. Yeah.
I gotta get all the stupid jokes out now so we can have that's conversation.
No, of course, man. We getting warmed up. You know what I'm saying? We getting warmed up to it, bro. Yeah, man. It's definitely crazy. The older you get, just the quicker time flies, bro. Because I really feel like the last time we did that episode, it was like that, but it was really beginning of the year.
I had shorter hair a little bit. I had it long in January, but now I was in the pool 2 days ago, and so the chlorine and the shampoo I've had on since I showered is like this. It looks like I look like Tarzan if he was like a couch potato. I look terrible. I look like.
Nah, keep the hair, man. Keep the hair.
I'm looking at myself in the camera right now, and I'm like, I literally look like Jim Belushi or John Belushi right before he croaked. Like that's how bad I look.
Nah, man, you gotta keep the hair, bro. Keep the hair. It's all about the long hair, man.
I'm getting noticed more. Surprisingly.
Yo, man, long hair is the way to go, bro. Don't get rid of the hair, man.
But I feel so insulted. I'm like, people are like, oh wow, your hair looks straight. I'm like, so if we met 2 years ago, you wouldn't have given me the time of day?
Yeah. No, that's
I had to grow this up.
Nah, man. Well, people just like the girls like the long hair, man. You know what I'm saying? It definitely like you can pull it off. Like it grows. I mean, your shit grows out good. It doesn't look crazy. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, no. I
could go with like the Macho Man. Yeah, I just gotta get like his headband and I have the glasses, and I just gotta lose like at least 300 pounds and I'll be fine. I'll look just like him.
You gotta look like Macho Man Randy Savage, bro. You're gonna need some steroids.
I'm gonna need some steroids, cocaine, a wife that I just keep in the locker room the entire time and did not let her out because he's paranoid as hell, and I'll be fine.
Yeah, it's all good, and then no one cares.
I wish I could be. I mean, I like to consider myself a Macho Man historian. I only know what I know about him, but I finally got his Pop Funko. Wait,
is that from his like story like that? Kept his wife in the
Miss Elizabeth. Yeah,
I didn't know.
I don't know. So I think you and I talked about this. I'm a huge fan of that Dark Side of the Ring. That's on Vice.
Yeah.
Their first season, which was about 2 years ago. Yeah. One of the episodes was about the first episode, I believe, was Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth. Called The Match Made in Hell. Or Match Made in Heaven.
Whew. Yeah,
we don't
AC
we
running.
We don't need you having a heat stroke.
Still hot there. Yeah, I got the water on me too. Shit, man.
You're like, so Jake. Anyway,
yo, man, what'd you say? Man, with y'all, man. Today is like a heat wave in Mass right now, all across the East Coast. It's hot as hell. Still, it's like 8 o'clock.
It's like an Amir Max song. It's a wave.
Yo, I see what you did there, yo.
That was so. Can I just be honest? That was so fucking corny. I want to hit myself in the face.
I really like that. No, I was fine with that one. That one was. I'll take that one. I won't call you out on that one. I like that one.
So him and Miss Elizabeth were married from like the mid 80s to like 91 or something. The entire time he was on the road, like when they were wrestling, they never left each other's sights. He made sure that they were in the same hotel. Obviously, they went to the gym together. They went to the restaurant together. When they went to the arena for the show, he had her own locker room and kept her there. And he went to the men's locker room and kept her by herself. She was like a bird in a cage. And it wasn't like she was classy. Like everyone said, like she would have not had done what Randy thinks she was doing, because she was loyal to Randy.
Yeah.
But he just got so paranoid about it. And that was kind of the fault because they did love each other, but it was like, that was the one fault thing that killed that entire relationship.
Toxic ass shit right there. Yeah. On both ends. That whole thing is, oh man.
It was, I hearing, because I first heard about that in his WWE doc in like 2014. And it was heartbreaking because when she passed away in 2002, 2003, he didn't go to I think he went to the funeral. He made sure he sent a bunch of flowers to the family. Like he still did care for her even after they had split.
Yeah.
And a lot of wrestlers said it wasn't really the same for him after they split. Like he was a very different person. And I think because she kept him grounded. So.
Damn, man. I didn't know. I don't know too much about his life, but I could only imagine that he I mean, just based on the character, he was a wild guy outside of that. I mean, like you can only act so hardcore like that before you're like, all right, what's really going on with you?
And like it was that a lot of people would ask that. I remember Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man. Talking about. He was like, people ask me like, is that his real voice? Like, is that a character? It's like, no, like. When you meet Randy, it's how you doing?
That's who he is.
It's not like, oh, hello, my name is Randy. What's going on?
He's actually British. Yeah. I wouldn't surprise me though.
Because in that way, he'd be the greatest method actor of all time.
Right there. Oh my God. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. He was,
93,000 people. Like I can't picture him going 93,000 people.
Yeah.
At the Pontiac Silverdome to face Ricky Steamboat. It's like I can't
not the same.
Like it's not the same.
No,
so because they want to do. I know they're going to try and do that Hulk Hogan biopic, the biopic, and it's like, who are you going to get for Randy? It's like literally, who can you literally get for Randy? There's no one. There was no one like him, and there still is no one like him. The only guy that I know that could do just his voice is Dan Soder, the comedian.
Yeah,
he has it down to a fucking T.
Oh man, he just doesn't look like him at all. He'd have to get bigger.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, I mean, you could totally like. They have. I know that show Young Rock. They have all the old it's from that '80s era, The only person that looks exactly alike is the guy that plays Andre the Giant. The guy that looks like Randy Savage looks like a fucking tool. Like I watched the episode and I'm like, that's what they got for Randy. This show sucks, dude.
Yeah, it's hard. That's hard. Yeah, it's hard to get a
and it's
someone
like
to play that big of a role.
Dwayne, I know this is your show and I know you're executive producer and all that. You have to be kidding me with who you got for Randy.
Yeah,
that's my one fault. You got the Iron Sheik right. You casted Iron Sheik perfectly. You can't get Randy right. Like, what the hell?
Yeah. Hey, man, they only got so many resources when they book actors for that stuff, man. Like, it can only really do so much. Like, even with Straight Outta Compton, like there was a scene in the movie. Lakeith Stanfield, I'm pretty sure, played Snoop Dogg, and for a part in the movie, they literally had Snoop Dogg's voice in the movie. Like, I don't even think it was Lakeith Stanfield's voice. They just used Snoop Dogg's voice, because who's gonna talk like Snoop? You know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't be too hard, but I guess they were like, yo, like no one can sound like Snoop the way Snoop sounds like Snoop, so we're just gonna get him to do the voice.
Yeah, because I think there's a scene from, I remember watching Straight Outta Compton at like 2 a.m. in Norwood. Mm-hmm. And I remember the scene when Dre had just left and was going to what is it?
Is that when he's gonna meet with his brother or something?
No. He had just left the NWA and he was going with Suge Knight. What was the name?
Death Row.
Death Row. Mm-hmm. And they're in the studio, and then Snoop Dogg walks in, but he's got like a Crips, or he's got like another gang affiliation, and Suge didn't like that. And he's like, "Who are you?" And Snoop's like, "I'm Snoop. Who are you?" And they got into this whole little thing. I know that was Lakeith talking, because I know Lakeith's voice.
Yeah.
Because you know,
they use it sometimes.
Atlanta, Get Out and all that.
Yeah, because he also has a unique voice too. So
yeah, no, totally. I mean, like, he's my favorite character out of Atlanta. My friend Ethan and I talk about this. Because he and I watch Atlanta. Lakeith Stanfield is perfect in Atlanta.
Yeah, he's
Donald is great. I forget Brian that plays Paperboy.
Yeah, he's also a great actor.
Lakeith is like one of the characters in a show that is like iconic no matter what he does.
Yeah, he's standout. He's just a standout actor, man. He was in Judas and the Black Messiah. Yeah. And he bodied that role. I'm pretty sure he had to go take therapy after that role because of how like deep into the character he got. That's what I've always found crazy with actors, man. Just how deep into it they get and how seriously they take it all, and just the lengths they go to pull off these characters, man. Like they're willing to risk their mental well-being just to pull off a role. It's just
all for no Oscar wins, but a couple of bucks.
Yeah, I mean, I hope that's the thing. Like, you just hope that they just keep making more money. I mean, when you're just putting themselves through that. I mean, everyone knows about the Heath Ledger, the thing with Heath Ledger when he played the Joker.
The Joker, yeah. I mean, you look at Christian Bale. He lost a ton of weight to play some character and then gained a ton of weight to play Dick Cheney. And then lost a good amount.
Yeah, that can't.
Same thing with Matthew McConaughey. Matthew McConaughey had to be like, he had to lose weight for Magic Mike, and then lose a ton more weight for Dallas Buyers Club.
Yeah, dude.
And then he couldn't do XXL because it's like, that's gonna kill him.
yeah. Like, how do you gain all that weight back, yo? It's like, it's just, I mean, they're getting paid enough money, and they got people around them to make sure that like those things go well. But there's long-term effects to doing that to your body, man.
Yeah, no, totally.
You see these UFC fighters when they try to cut weight and they be passing out and shit from just trying to cut weight. It's like your body you gotta gradually do that. You can't just you can't just go back and forth.
I'm 305 pounds now. Tomorrow I'm gonna be 120. Nothing could happen, right?
Yeah,
dead.
You will. Yeah, your body's just gonna go into
a gradual
shock.
It's gonna take time, and I totally understand that. I being one that has had been on and off diets and shit like that, I know it takes time. I'm just fed up sometimes when it's like, Jesus Christ, like, what? It's gonna take me 6 months to do this? Oh boy,
it's hard, man. No, that's absolutely hard, dude. I definitely struggle with that, man.
You're looking good though, because I've seen you, your Snapchats and your Instagrams. You're at the gym literally like almost every day. I
try to go 3 times a week, man. 3 times a week, and for me, my only thing is I've never been good at dieting. I've never been good at dieting, bro.
Yeah, me neither.
I definitely am like I lucked out, just having like a super fast metabolism, but that doesn't stop me from getting hypertension or diabetes
Yeah.
or whatever else there is that when you eat, however and whatnot. So it's like I just try to be as aware of it as possible, but it's freaking hard, man. It's hard, like, and sometimes people have to, like, I'm not gonna go vegan or vegetarian. I have done vegetarian for a week. That was miserable. That was so, like, my mom is vegan. My mom is vegan and she cooks amazing stuff. But that's the only way I could do it is like if I get food from her or she helps me like cook good vegan food, because that shit was so hard to do, man. Without just eating a shit ton of bread. Like it was so hard, bro. So hard. Yeah.
You're like at one point you're like eating ice cubes, essentially. Like,
dude, it was brutal. It was absolutely tough. I made me realize how much I love chicken and steak.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah, no, totally. It's like for me at least, like I know for a fact that when it comes to my diet, doctors probably fall on their back shocked at what occurs, because it's what happens. I have never tried to go vegan or gone vegetarian. I have tried to go small and like instead of like 2 eggs, 1 egg. Mm-hmm. That's okay. But then for me, it's all mental. Like there's a disconnect. I fake myself, like I trick myself into this, but like I can go on a walk, I can do cardio. Like if you need me to go just walk around the block, I'll do that. No problem. Give me a pair of shoes, headphones, I'll be on my way.
Yeah, man.
It's more the diet part rather than the exercise part.
Oh, that's the hardest part for everyone, man. Yeah. Bill Burr has a great I try not to quote too many comedians any much on this podcast because I'd always do it. But Bill Burr, he just has that thing. He's like, you ever see people trying to get 6-pack abs? They're just miserable. Like, oh, I haven't eaten. I don't even eating salad. Like, look at me, I look great. Inside, they're just miserable. Stuff like that. It's like, because it's like at what point, at what point is it worth it to eat like that and stuff? It's like, is it even really good for you when you eat those certain ways? Because a lot of times, man, I mean, like even with a vegan diet, there are vitamins you have to take because there are things that you're just not getting from meat. So dairy products that are extremely helpful to the body. Yeah. And so a lot of vegans have to take vitamin supplements and stuff. And a lot of them don't know that. A good amount of vegans, because, the people who are vegans in my family, they're vegans because of health reasons. It's not about the animals, to be honest with you.
Sure. No, totally.
They really,
I feel like all right, this is where I'm going to get I'm cutting a promo on someone.
Let's do it.
Going to Maine, which I will say, lovely state. I like to call it a country because I do not know how that whole state fits into this,
Yeah.
The whole thing. It's literally like going into Kentucky. Vibe. Yeah. It's literally going into Kentucky, but you're going north.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah.
Except for the south part, which is like bougie, Wells, Agungwit, bits of Portland. It's my mother's state, so I can't talk bad about it. I got a good college education there, so I can't talk shit.
Exactly. Yeah, you got.
But some of the girls and some of the guys that I met up there, I swear, the only reason they were vegan is because they were just trying to be like liberal. It's like, yeah, well, you're this and that, and I'm like, so you don't want to eat this because you're protesting. Well, kind of. All right, just say you're just protesting me instead of you're vegetarian. Like, I do not understand why you have to, subject yourself to just, I got to take 29 vitamins to equal this. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm just going to go have a piece of chicken. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, hey, I know a lot of exercise, or a lot of fitness and wellness, there are certain vitamins and stuff, obviously, that you need for your body. Because if you don't have this one element, you're going to either die, have complications, all this.
Yeah, they get like diseases that you shouldn't be getting because like you didn't get enough. Whatever. I couldn't even make it up if I tried. But I know there's certain. I know for a fact there's certain vitamins and stuff that you don't get from a vegan diet. or they're very, very minuscule in the diet that
Sure.
you get very easily if you're a carnivore eater. Just so.
Sure.
Yeah, man.
It's I mean, I am so young. I'm a youngin. I'm a rookie when it comes to stuff like this. But I know someone's trying to like make a change for themselves when they've got 16 bottles of different vitamins on their counter.
Yeah. Yeah.
As an RA, seeing like a lot of kids with like B12, magnesium, carbon something, a pill that just looks big but doesn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like just seeing all these.
Well, some of it's definitely unnecessary. And I think some people are definitely overtaking certain vitamins and stuff because there's some things that you don't need. I think some people just hear this and they're like, oh, like that, I'll take that because he takes that. It's like you might not necessarily need that. And on top of that, some of that stuff, if you take too much of it's not good for your kidney and your liver, and you might be doing more damage to yourself than anything. Like unless you're not like completely like you're not hydrating correctly, you're not using your body in a way where that's necessary,
right?
Then it gets a little tricky. But I ain't no nutritionist and none of that. But from what I've learned, that's definitely one of the things you got to be aware of. But I would think if someone has all that stuff, they probably are, aware of what they're doing. I'd hope so.
Right. Yeah. Sorry, let me pop my Whopper vitamin.
Yeah, pop your Whopper vitamin, man. Yeah, I'm literally drinking a beer right now. As we're talking all this health shit,
dude.
Like,
I wish I could show you. I got a bag of Whoppers.
I'm drinking a beer.
I have Pringles. I have my water bottle, and I really want to get up to my Sprite mini fridge and grab a Sprite.
Yeah,
that's how it feels right now.
Yeah, man, that's the.
But hey, if you're drinking a beer, man, hey, it's summer. I don't give a shit.
So, no, man. I work when I have a hard day, long days. I'm like,
what you drinking anyway? What kind of beer?
It's a stout beer. Forget the
stout
name.
Beer? I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's like what Guinness is. Yeah.
Oh, it's by Guinness.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
It is Guinness. Oh, I don't know why I thought it was something else. I'm stupid. But yeah, yeah.
Is it like it's like a legit beer? Is it like a seltzer? Like what is it just like
stout's
beer?
like a very like dark type of beer. Like Guinness in particular, yeah, it's very dark. It's like it's funny because the first time I had it, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of tasted like soy sauce to me. And I had to acquire the taste, but now
you're like trying to dip your chicken in your.
Yeah, but now I love it. I don't know, but it had like a hint of soy sauce, but now it tastes really good. Like I'm a big stout guy now. Like I tell my friends that are like, "Who? What? Like why are you like stout?" I'm like, don't judge me, all right? I like what I like.
Yeah, you go to a restaurant. Yeah, you go to a restaurant and you're like, "Yeah, I'd like a stout." And they're like, "Oh, we don't serve that." You're like, "Just give me a bottle of soy sauce."
Just give me a bottle of soy sauce. I know someone out there agrees with me that like Guinness like stout beer just has that like. There's that something about it that's very soy saucy. I can't explain it.
Shout out Stout. If you're listening, get a sponsor with Mir Max. He'll promote you all day, fam.
Yeah, man. He has the stout beers. If you want to sponsor this podcast, please holla at me. I'll take any stout beer. Just sponsor the podcast if you want.
I'm gonna hit you up in a couple days, and you're gonna be like, "Yo, Jake, I just got like 16 cases of fucking stout in my room now."
Yeah, man. Yo, let's drink them with me, bro.
you got like a keg and everything, like a little bar going with just stout.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never really been a Guinness fan. I had it once. Mm-hmm. When I was like, I think it was like my first legal time out. And I was like, yeah, just give me Guinness. Let me try it. And I was like, oh, that's Guinness? Ugh, like I couldn't I can't fathom it. I'm mostly a Blue Moon.
I love
fanatic.
Blue Moon. Yeah.
Blue Moon is where it's fucking
anything Belgian white ale, which is the type of beer that is, anything like that, bro.
Yeah.
Bring that shit my way.
If it has Belgian in it, it's good. Belgian waffle, Belgian ale.
That's facts.
You're good. I'll date a Belgian girl if I could.
There are probably some girls in Belgium. I mean, they got a good soccer team right now.
I wonder if you could put Blue Moon as syrup on the bill. Never mind. I'm talking nonsense.
I know people who have Blue Moon with like desserts.
Honestly, this happened by coincidence when I was with my friends in Philadelphia and we were at a restaurant. My friend Hunter and I had Blue Moons and with our dinner, and then for dessert, it actually tasted fantastic with my dessert.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, man.
I was
yeah. I recently learned that like there's certain beers you can have with like sweet things. I was like, I don't know. But then I was like, actually, this beer is better than most foods that do with certain beers. You know what I mean? So
So if I'm ever out of milk with my Oreos, I'll just fucking crack open a Blue Moon. And
yeah, man,
fine.
get a little nice buzz while you at it. Like,
I feel like a Blue Moon probably tastes fantastic with like a thing of like a mousse, a chocolate mousse, or
yeah, I could see it.
Tiramisu or some shit.
I could definitely see it.
Is that even a thing, or is that a country? Oh no, tiramisu is legit. Yeah,
yeah.
I was like, wait, I hope Amir doesn't think I'm an idiot.
No. I didn't think about that too, man. You straight.
I was waiting for you to be like, all right, so that's it for tonight's episode. We'll see you guys.
And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's episode 109.
That's 109.5.
Yeah, right.
We'll see you next week with the CEO of Guinness.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, man. Now I'm about to just drink stout. That's gonna be my thing now. No, I'm playing. I couldn't do that. I couldn't have I don't usually don't drink during the podcast, but I've just been so. I mean, I can do it at home. Yeah. Send that shit, bro.
It's not like you're doing a job interview here.
Exactly, man. I've been doing this podcast long enough, man, where I'm just like, man, I'll do what the fuck I want on this shit.
Yeah. And it's me. It's not like you have to impress me. I'm already impressed. If anything, I'm trying to impress you. So, I could do great things for this company.
Yeah, so, right.
I've siphoned money from organizations like you wouldn't believe. So,
don't say on camera, bro. Yo, man, yes. We're gonna talk about that after, bro.
Yeah, you know that 100,000 from JP Morgan. Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, that was me. Don't fuck with me, man.
No. This is actually my hideout in the Himalayas. I built an entire house inside a fucking cave. So
and it looks like the same. It looks the same as the one you had.
Looks
in
like
Boston.
I made sure it looked. I looked at the villager and I was like, everything from my house in Boston here now. And they're like, yes, sir.
Set up the exact same way, man.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of crazy shit and crimes and stuff like that, man. I feel like I want to just hop right into it. I don't even know if it's illegal what's going on. It's just messed up, that's for sure. This whole thing with Britney Spears, bro. And I never thought my podcast, I'd be talking about her in any way, especially in a negative way, because I thought that things with her were, I knew the whole documentary had came out about her recently, but then she had a recent statement to a judge about her like conservators and stuff like that.
Yeah, she has like an ICU in her or something.
Yeah, she has so she has an IUD. They left in her because they don't want her to have any more kids. I'm pretty sure she has a kid.
She has like 2 or 3.
Yeah, but they don't want her to have any more kids, and they won't let her get rid of the IUD in her and inside that's in her. And there's just a whole slew of things with this stuff that's messed up. I mean, like the dad is making more money than he really should be from the whole from all the shows she does. She was working 10-hour days, 7 days a week, and they gave her lithium. Like lithium, bro, like if you're not prescribed that stuff, like they just gave her lithium. Like go just take that. Just take lithium. And she doesn't even need to be like prescribed it. And like there was just a slew of just very negative and unfortunate things. It's just weird to see an artist this big get treated so disgustingly and so
totally.
It's a very, very weird case. I mean, we've seen this before, but not like this, man. Not like this. This is
no. I mean, I've seen. Let me pull out my useless history degree here, folks. I've heard certain things. This has been happening for a long time in certain areas. Judy Garland, her mom was hopped right on her fame and rode her coattails until she died. They had all the all the child actresses of this time, like Judy Garland, a few other people, I forget, especially right around the Wizard of Oz time. They were giving her water and some sort of fucking pill about what do you call it? I think it was a diet pill or something. I forget the actual name.
Diet pill, yeah.
And that's what led to her entire downfall with drugs. oxycodone or whatever the hell the fucking other drugs, and that's what killed her. And Hollywood was to blame because everyone just kept pushing it on her and pushing it on her. That she just, she developed her own drug addiction. Ugh. I've seen, parents take advantage and, use the what do you call it, like all their money and stuff. So, what the hell's happening with my mic? Is there a spider in there?
No, it sounded fine.
You hearing that? Oh.
Yeah, sounds fine on my end.
Or just me being an idiot. Anyway, it's actually Hollywood trying to silence me.
Yeah, yo, we gotta stop this conversation, y'all.
Jamie Spears
get too deep into it.
Jamie Spears is like, "Fuck you guys, I'm killing this." From what I've heard though, from a lot of other sources, is that the father, Jamie, he said there was a rumor that he paid Twitter off to basically break the Free Britney hashtag.
Oh my!
Like he made them like where you couldn't use it.
Yeah.
But I'm seeing people use Free Britney all the time, so it's like I don't know if maybe that was just a rumor or if something else happened.
He probably tried to find a way to suppress it, but like you can't suppress. How much power does he really have? It's like, come on now, like you can't silence the people from speaking about this, and especially in the fashion that it's going down, man. I mean, because you remember back in, I think it was 2008, the whole breakdown that Britney Spears had, shaved her head and broke a car with an umbrella.
And I wonder if that's, because I haven't seen the documentary.
I actually haven't either. but I've been doing everything but watch it.
Till I make it. Yeah. I wonder if that led to this whole conservatory, or has she been under this from the beginning of her career?
No.
That is my question.
What I learned was that it was because of because of those instances, that breakdown that she had in 2008 is when they implemented that conservatory.
Perfect. Okay, that's what I was thinking.
And then that's why everything kind of shifted for her then, and the certain moves she was making. She got that deal with Vegas to perform there and stuff like that. And that's when I remember seeing that thing and like, whoa, that's pretty crazy. And now you see what it's coming out about to be. I mean, like, I know there's other big names who do that. I know like Celine Dion, I think, had something there. I know Rick Ross recently got a deal there. Yeah. So like, I know it's nothing crazy, but something about that I remember at the time thinking to myself like, oh wow, like I'm surprised by that. But anyway, I just really, the part of me that brought this up was that I just feel like when it comes to being a child star, there just comes so much negativity there. Like you got to ask yourself, like, is it even worth being that young and that famous? Because there's no rule book to being famous. Like there are just so many of examples of child stars who grew up and just go through shit. Like you don't hear about this with people who blew up after the fact. Like it's just so many cases and so many instances where you see these child stars grow up and they end up doing stupid shit that ends them up in jail or they're self-destructing. It's too many examples where it's like, man, there's got to be something to this.
And like but I will say, as like a opposite of that, there are some former child stars who are just as big now and don't have as much issues as
that we see, of course.
Right, of course.
You never know what's going on behind.
People forget Jason Bateman was a child star. Mm-hmm. And look at him now. Like he's still a top actor and he's in a lot of movies and all that.
Yeah. Even a good example of Justin Timberlake. Yeah, he kind of had some stints as he was older, like the whole thing with Janet Jackson, but that was really it. Like there was that, there was
Ryan Gosling.
He's another one. Mm-hmm. So it's like there's definitely examples of child stars who grew up and are doing their thing. They're killing it. But like
I will say, Ron Howard though is like the perfect example. Guy started as Opie on Andy Griffith's show, then became Richie Cunningham on Happy Days, and look at him now. He's like one of the best directors out there.
Good, yeah. See, you taking it way back with them, man. I'm really thinking, like and it's good you're thinking of good examples because I can only think of Timberlake right now. I mean, I guess you could put like a Leonardo DiCaprio in there. I'm trying to think of like big names because like it's like that big stardom and fame. What it does to certain people because like. I mean, it's not even. I mean, this is not as big of his name as Leonardo DiCaprio, but I mean, shit with Drake Bell, man. Like he was texting an underage girl and shit. Yeah, and it's just Like, yo, man, like what the hell? I mean, I know these are like specific cases. You know, obviously one that people love to bring up is Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah, that whole situation, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, but you know, you got to definitely ask yourself, is it even worth it to become so famous and so popular at that age? It's like, are we willing to handle that?
Yeah, especially like if you've been in the business for like Drake Bell has been in the business forever. You know, he was in the first, like, I think one of the first few things I remember seeing Drake Bell in besides the show, like when I was older, I was like, I think it was like he was in an episode of Home Improvement and he was in an episode of like, you know, Married with Children. And then he was on Nickelodeon. That's what made him a bigger star.
Oh, yeah.
And to now hear what happened as well. So I guess there's some other things with like the girl lied or something. It's like this, but either way, this whole situation, a little part of me is not surprised. It's Hollywood. It's Hollyweird. And that's just what fame can come. You can bring it to the top echelon and be a great star for many years, or you can, you know, peter out because of this one thing. Same thing with Kyle Massey, which I think just happened.
Yeah, I heard about that today.
For similar incidences. And I was like, honestly, again, not surprised because it's just anything and everything is out there now. You can't. We're still. We're not in that era like back in the day. Like all these stories nowadays of like what the 50s and 40s stars. There was murders that were covered up. There were fucking like
just all the sexual assault and abuse and harassment. Yeah, I mean,
they didn't. People didn't
commonplace,
care then.
Unfortunately,
we're so responsible now that I'm glad people are coming out saying like, yeah, Harvey Weinstein, this and
Bill
that,
Cosby. Yeah.
Right. But here's the thing that's going to break the camel's back. You know, there's going to be that big star, that lovely star that everyone loves and adores. There's going to be some shit there. And then everyone's going to be like, well, like it's only okay if it's people who you like that it happens to.
Yeah.
Like if it came out like Clint Eastwood, my favorite actor, did all this bad shit, I'd be like, God damn it.
I know, right? Yeah.
God. Like,
just be
come on.
And you know, while what I gotta say is two things to that is that Britney Spears never did anything wrong.
No, she did. It was just
she never did anything. It's just what
situation.
she went through and the fact that she could only take so much of it that I feel led to her acting out the way she did, and then it put her in that unfortunate situation with that deal she has with her dad and the attorney, and so
like she has to sue her own dad to get out of this. That's the saddest part. That she probably is like, it's my father. I'm fighting my father.
Yeah, man.
Who treats me. This is a business to him. Like there's allowances, there's like you can only see your kids at this time. There's like he probably hasn't had a job like that since. Like he's definitely like he cashed in and realized there's a little benefit of a doubt. He, you know, when this happened, he was like, I need to take care of my kid. And then it went to him. Maybe the fame went to him.
Yeah.
Who knows? It's gonna get you either way. And I feel bad for it because it's like it's relatable in some way. I'm not rich and have multi-million-dollar singles and music and all this and that.
There's no playbook to being famous, bro. Yeah, you know, and especially dealing with family when you become that like level of success and fame, it's like I could totally see it getting nasty, whether it's public or not. Like I bet there's a lot of people who have to deal with blowing up and having to watch people change the way they behave around you. I mean, it's very unfortunate to see those cases happen. But I think the other thing I wanted to mention too, man, was just that we put so much freaking stock and so much just cachet and weight toward these entertainers and these athletes. And it's like we shouldn't be doing that. We really shouldn't be putting so much of that of merit and standard to what these people say and believe and do. and then we throw so much outrage, but it's kind of just the way things are. I mean, these are the big influencers and the big names in the world that can say, yo, look what I'm wearing, and now everyone's wearing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like we're at that point now, man. And so it's tough for people to stop, to be like, yo, stop being so shocked when these celebrities do wrong things. It's like they're not perfect people. Like they can mess up, and I think people just don't see that, and they just treat them in a way where they like they're saints or something, they're gods, and they're like, nah, man, these motherfuckers are human, and they shit stink as well. So it's like, figure out, you got to be aware of that. Like, I'm aware of that. Like, any celebrity I mess with now, like, that I didn't mess with before I was like 18, like, or 19. Like, if they do something bad, it won't hurt. Like, if
it was fun while it lasted.
It was fun while it lasted. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, if Kendrick and something really nasty came out about him, I know that's could not be the case. I'd be.
Don't speak it into existence. Don't
there's
jinx
no way.
it.
But but like, if that happened, I'd be heartbroken because through his music and through his, the things that the way he moves, you believe he's a good dude. You wouldn't think he would be capable of it, but like, it's a very tricky one, man. It's a very tricky one when it comes to that particular topic. Yeah,
and Britney, I mean, I've never been fond of her music. I mean, like, and that's her hits. But I can still respect.
You can't deny her impact. Yeah,
I can still respect what she's Undeniable. Done. I remember when she was an Austin Powers and Gold member, and I was like, Britney Spears is in this movie, and I got a little bit of respect because I'm like, that's pretty funny. Like, they got her in a Mike Myers film, like, that's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. And I think the last song I ever heard by her that was like a big hit was like that song with Will I Am or something. I forget. Oh yeah, but I forget the name. That was like 6 to 8 years ago. I forget.
Yeah.
And so. But she still has that appeal. I mean, she's adored by the fact that a ton of people are, tweeting free Britney and I just put one up a couple of days ago of the picture of Stone Cold Steve Austin pointing the fake gun at Vince McMahon. Mm-hmm. And instead of bang 316, I put free Britney. Yes, there is some meme to it, but also like, there is a cause there because it's a very messy situation. I kind of feel bad for her sister, Jamie Lynn, who
she's been getting a lot of shit, and she had to speak out today.
Yeah. I was scrolling through TikTok a couple of days ago, and hers just popped. One of her videos, Jamie Lynn's TikToks popped up, and I'm like, let me look at the comments. Every single one. So when are you gonna go free your sister? But your sister, free Britney.
That's when the internet gets just nasty. What's she got to do with this, man? Like, you think she wants to see like her sister like be treated badly? Like, she said it like she's concerned for her sister's happiness, and it's like,
and like she's got her own family. It's not like she's 12 again and she's living in the same house. She's got her own shit going on.
Grown ass woman. You just gonna be putting that shit on her. See, that's when like the internet can be so powerful, and the way they're putting out the free Britney and putting awareness to this, because this is gonna definitely, I would hope so, ripple down in the music industry and be like, yo, just overall stop treating artists like shit, because things like this go down all the time. It's just not a big name and someone as prominent as a Britney Spears. So it's these type of things that, as people who love music, who make music, who talk about it, we gotta spread the word about it and address it, man. Like, I talk hip hop and I love rap and R&B, but like that doesn't mean I shouldn't give a damn about what's going on over there as well, and what's going on with Britney Spears and what in this situation. Because I'd be lying if I told you I'm I'm a big fan of her music like that. Like, I think she has some bops. Definitely. There's a few songs like I'm not, what I mean? Like, she's worked with big names, so she's got the hits. But like at the end of the day, like, when you see wrongdoings like this, especially in the music industry, it always rubs me the wrong way. And it had to be something we addressed here, man. Absolutely.
The camera pans over to the rest of Amir's room, and there's a huge Britney Spears poster above your bed. You're like, I'm a big hip hop fan, but I know the whole words to Hit Me Baby One More Time.
Yeah. My favorite song is not I'm a Slave for You.
If You Seek Amy is a top 10 song.
I remember that one. Oh, means fuck me.
If 7th grade Shake and Jake did not need to know the words to that song. Mm-hmm. He had no business. That was a dangerous time.
Oh man, yeah. But I mean, speaking of her music, I definitely like the beat to "Slave for You." That shit bops. I'm pretty sure either Pharrell or Timbaland made that beat. That's always been one of her songs that stuck in my brain. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, when she got out of the Disney mindset and she started going more into that like pop hip kind of deal.
Yeah.
She definitely, her artistry definitely went up.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because she couldn't be doing like the Disney songs as much anymore. So yeah, she definitely brought her level up for sure. So.
Yeah, man. Dude, I think the reason why people like are talking about it so much because her situation just brings out so much darkness that's in the music industry. Like they sexualized her at an underage age. Yeah. Like it's just,
and they're still doing that to a lot of stars.
They still do it. It's just
look at Jeanette McCurdy.
Oh, absolutely.
That whole thing.
It's disgusting, bro. And it's just like, as kids, you didn't realize this. I mean, we were freaking like when Britney Spears was first hit the floodgates. We didn't realize how messed up all that was.
Yeah, I was like a toddler. I was like literally like 2 years old, and my 8-year-old sister at the time is like belting out "Hit Me Baby One More Time," and I'm just like shitting my fucking diaper over them. Like I didn't really get into like or know most of her songs until like, you know, party playlists or, you know, all this and that. So it was there, but I didn't really recognize it until later, obviously, because I was just a fucking baby, you know. So
yeah. I just, you know, sometimes I just wonder, man, like all that nasty stuff was going on, and you just gotta wonder, man, like, is it because of the internet that like
great album,
and it's just a coincidence, but is it because of the internet that people are just speaking out about all this stuff? Because like, how did no one see at the time that what they were doing to her at such a young age was kind of messed up? Like we weren't around then, we weren't alive then when people were saying behind the scenes, but like no one see like the, you know, behind
what
the curtains.
Going on.
Like it's just I don't get it, man.
And like, and you also got to look like Disney, Nickelodeon, like shows like that or channels like that. They are still doing it, but it definitely has brought awareness most recently due to the 20 years ago kind of era. Because like, you know, I remember, isn't there like an album that Britney released where she's literally sitting in a pretty provocative like kind of hinting, and she's only like 13.
I don't know, man, but
there's an album or a song where she's kind of giving this like coy smile, and I'm like, that doesn't.
It's like who allowed this? Like there's a whole team of people that are
there's a board of directors,
just swallowing all their morality, bro. It's just I don't get it. It makes my blood boil, and I don't need my blood boil when it's hot already.
It's one word, and it's green. 3, 2, 1.
Money.
Ooze. Oh yeah, that too.
Oh, what did you say?
I said ooze slime. Nickelodeon slime.
Okay.
No, it's money. It's totally. What other besides money? It's these guys. These people are really fucking like crazy. They're pedophiles.
They're doing yeah.
It's money. You know. I can. I'm not saying I'm defending that. I can see. All right, if that poster, that album is going to make us $6 million as opposed to this one, which will probably make us $2 million, I can see that. But again, at the same time, you're swallowing your morals and you're bringing a bad reputation to the industry.
Yeah, straight up. Yeah, man. And that's why I think we're very fortunate to be in the time that we're in, where people are not just aware, but hyper aware of all this nasty shit that's been going on and are ready to call it out at a minute's notice.
Yeah.
But there's obviously two sides to it, because while there are a lot of things are getting called out and stamped down to a point where it's like, no, that's bad. You can't do that. Get the hell out of here. There's also a point where people are canceling stuff where it's just like, did that person really say something bad? Was that worthy of being bleeped out and stuff like that and changed? And You know, you gotta wonder all that stuff. So
there's a lot of hounds, and it does kind of annoy me because I'm like, dude,
like when people go back and check old tweets of people saying like something racist when they were like 15, 16, 17.
Right?
It's just like, what are we doing here?
If they like, I can understand if they just tweeted that and you found it. Yeah, okay, sure.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that you have to go and data log and like log this shit, come on,
that takes time.
You're such a loser. Like, come on.
Mm-hmm.
So, like the whole thing with like Kevin Hart a couple years ago, because he made some like offensive comments on his Twitter in like 2012 or 2009 when he was still just kind of making his way through the ranks, and he gets fired from being the host. Dog, it's the fucking Emmys or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah,
like
I think it was Oscars,
it's not like he's getting the Presidential Medal of Honor.
That's what I'm saying.
Or some shit. It's a fucking TV show. There's, you know, you get to see Dua Lipa and DaBaby on stage. That's it. What else do you want? You know, It's a great song, by the way. I bump Levitating like crazy.
That is a dope song, man. Yeah, there's definitely been some.
Shout out Dua Lipa.
Yeah, shout out to Dua Lipa, man. Shout out to Baby, bro. Definitely, man. That's definitely a bop.
I know DaBaby. I know him personally.
Yeah, call him up, man. Get him on my show.
Yeah. No, I got you. Yeah, I got you.
I've been trying to get one of the biggest rappers on my podcast.
Hey, Dad, can you pretend you're American rapper The Baby?
You gotta spell it right.
Also, please bring toilet paper to bathroom.
Yeah.
Alrighty. That'd be funny if my dad. I'd love if my dad just has the Baby impression down to a T. That'd be hysterical.
He walks in. He's like, "Let's go."
he just walks.
I pull up.
I'm like, "Hey, Dad, I'm making tacos. You want some?"
I needed that shit with some bop in it, Jake.
Yeah. I will. Jake, I just signed a deal. I'm on. Your mother likes the smell of my cologne.
Yeah.
That's actually a joke I wish I could like just do. I was just thinking about that of just like if old music stars did today's songs, you know, like Dean Martin doing like, you know, Big Papa or some shit. I was just thinking about it the other day. I was like, that'd be a funny ass stand-up bit to do.
That would be.
Just Frank Sinatra doing like, you know, Crank That. And it's like, crank that, soldier boy. Like,
soldier boy, open the hole.
Yeah.
Watch me, Craig. It's so stupid.
The best one, though, would be Jack Nicholson doing any like Kendrick song or like J. Cole. And it's like, you know, like, wow. I'm trying to remember what was that Kendrick song I was just thinking of.
I can't do Jack Nicholson impression.
You brought up Kendrick song. I'm trying to remember what was the song I was just thinking of. It was off. I think it was off. Good Kid. I think it was oh yeah. Man down. Don't you hear? Like just random ass shit. I'm trying to remember. Jack Nicholson is an impression I'm still trying to work on, but yeah, it's like
you're with the impression. So.
My friend, we're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
I remember you were once conflicted.
Misusing
drowning in my hotel room. And, all that kind of shit. This dick ain't free. I know you want me, but I'm for real. And before your album drop, bop bop bop.
Yeah.
Sing About Me Dying of Thirst will come on my playlist when I'm driving home, and I have to take the long way home.
Yeah. It's like I have to listen to this whole song.
Yeah. So especially like you young men are dying of thirst, and I'm like, yes, ma'am, I am. I am a middle class white boy, and I am dying of thirst.
I could still you can still relate to it, Jake.
Yes, ma'am. I am a middle class white boy living in Compton, and I have a fucking tough life.
Yeah.
I have a 2015 Chevy Traverse, and I am just struggling. Dog. I saw my best friend get shot today. So, but no, I mean. And that's the other thing is like albums like that I'll listen to and forget that it's like they're telling stories. Like this isn't entertainment. I mean, it is, you know, it's an entertaining song, but there is a lot of heart to it, obviously.
Absolutely, man. I think that's why the musicians, you know, try to tie it back in with what we've been talking about this whole episode. Just to tie it back in, that's why I think it's so easy for people to feel like they know these artists like they're a friend. And that's why they put so much stock into these artists. And I get it. It's hard to not realize that you don't know these people like that.
Yeah.
And so I think
perfect example, Mac Miller's Tiny Desk concert. I'll go back to it once in a while because I got to hear that bass line on What's the Use from Thundercat.
I love Thundercat.
That bass line, dude, that bass line could have my children. Especially because he improvises and he goes,
yeah, it's like them little
the keyboardist like rolls his eyes because it's just so good. But anytime I'll go back to watch that Tiny Desk concert, there's new comments from like 2 days ago.
Oh yeah,
Mac, I didn't know you, but like people were so attached to Mac. Not saying anything was wrong with him. I'd not really like that with some artists. I'm kind of like that with like wrestlers. Like I love Bret Hart. I can't like if he goes like you don't call me, don't talk to me.
Yeah,
I need time. Same thing with Arn Anderson. But I can see where people are at with the Mac Miller situation because he was just evolving into what his last great album, Swimming, was the top 10.
That was a very good album, and the guy
Divine Feminine.
Yeah, Divine Feminine's another great one. I was a big fan of Good AM. I really
that was a good one too. Yeah, I forget about that one. But I still kind of contribute that to like that the kid from Pittsburgh again kind of era. You know, like
Divine Feminine was Divine Feminine
a very
was
different vibe.
Oh yeah, and that was such a
seismic shift.
Yeah, seismic shift in what Mac Miller was becoming. Like if you stuck with along Mac Miller for that whole ride before then and then on after, like you really fucked with him as a person. Because I've said it before here. I really felt like with a lot of people in Mac, like they said they were big fans, but I don't really believe them. Obviously, like some people, because I know like when Mac first popped up in the scene, like felt like everyone fucking listened to Mac. And then, I feel like the more he made music, the more just smarter he got with how he did it. He became more musical. He took more chances.
Yeah, no, he did. He did.
He did a complete 180 and started singing.
Yeah.
Like,
he
really
definitely,
singing.
Yeah, he definitely, I mean, I didn't really get into him until Divine Feminine. I was kind of that era. Just because Dang was like some pretty refreshing song, especially because my boy Pac's on it,
I love that he's working with Bruno.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. Dude, Silk Sonic and fucking Certified Lover Boy. Drake, Aubrey, I'm fucking calling you out now, dog. Drop that fucking album. You said January. It's fucking June, dog.
Yeah, going into July,
Dude, I swear to God, if he drops it December 31st, 2021, I will come to Toronto and personally hug you because you finally released it.
Yeah.
God damn it. He fucking says he broke something. You're not on the court. You're in a studio. What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, it's like you can still record, man. Just keep your mental.
Get in a wheelchair,
going,
have 40, drop the mic a little bit, and go.
Yeah, just lower it down. Yeah.
Anyway, back to my. I'll just continue with as Jack Nicholson. Back to my original thing. The whole thing with Mac Miller is because
I cannot take you seriously when you do.
Like you said, Amir, he finally evolved. He was like a fucking Pokemon. God damn it. Anyway,
you know Pokemon, Jack Nicholson?
Yeah, I play it all the time. Pokemon Go. I got all
Pokemon.
I got these little 14-year-old idiots running around. I got
this card for $300,000 on eBay.
Yeah, I spent a lot of my Coke money on that. Anyway, he definitely, because I forget what it was. I think when he finally got out to California, I think Mac definitely saw there was a whole different world of music he could do.
Absolutely.
And because I think he's deep down, he probably had to realize I got to change it up. Because where can you go with still doing the Kool-Aid and frozen pizza, watching movies in the dark,
When you're an artist like that caliber, like there's either going to be certain things you do, like you're either going to really switch it up and figure out what pockets you can step in, like a Tyler the Creator or a Kid Cudi or a Kanye West, or you can stick to that same sound that made you what you are and just keep progressing at that, like a Future or a Young Thug or an Uzi. And there's nothing wrong with either route, but like you just got to know which one to go on.
Yeah.
Like, and like, I know, like, it seems like, I mean, those are all great name artists I named there. Like, those are all big name artists.
Huge artists, huge names. Donald, when'd you get here?
They're the biggest names. The biggest.
We got. Have you seen the "Do Not Come" meme?
Oh yeah, with Kamala Harris. Yeah, do not come.
Do not come. I'm gonna come.
I'm gonna go.
Great meme. But yeah. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's good. No, you good, man.
I'm gonna come. His fucking the fucking smile.
Yeah, I'm gonna
come, and just looks over as if Kamala's right there.
Yeah. The way that dude edited that shit, man. God, that was absolutely perfect, man. Oh God, bro, that's some funny shit, bro. Yeah, man. But yo, I definitely want to end it on a lighter note. A happier note.
Yeah, please.
Through all the we've been shooting this shit and making the jokes through all the, even though you talked about some really deep topics here, some serious topics in the music industry. But one thing I just want to let listeners know, man, is that with these artists, they're human, bro. They go through things. And people, I hope, understand just how messed up this music industry is. And really take all those things into account when you are aware of these big name artists, and just be understanding of that. Because this whole thing with Britney, I'm shocked by it, but I know there's people who are like super duper shocked because they have no idea just how nasty the music industry can get and how exploitative and how demanding it can be. Because it seems like such a beautiful thing to do, a cool thing to do. You're rich and famous, you make money, but it's like, that doesn't make you happy at the end of the day. Like, when do people not realize that all the money in the world and achieving these cool big dreams does not equate happiness? Like, people really think that equates that.
Yeah, and I'm kind of worried for like Ariana Grande. I know she just got married, but it's like, I have a feeling. I hope not. I have a feeling she might have something similar happen, unless she's very smart to it, and and maybe I'm just misinterpreting things. But when she broke up with Pete, I was like, all right, let's see here. Like, I actually, and like, I like Ariana Grande's music. I thought the best album she released was My Everything. She had songs with The Weeknd, Childish Gambino, and Big Sean. Like, she had all these great artists.
That was a really good album.
Yeah.
An album I've listened to by her. But,
I will bump Love Me Harder with The Weeknd like crazy.
That's a great song. No,
I know that. I know his entire verse by heart.
No, that's that was a song I remember liking. Verse. Yeah, that was one of those songs I remember liking and being afraid to like it. That's when I still was like, rap all day, baby, and rock music. I used to. I was like that for a very long time, and I got to a point where I was just like, man, I love R&B, and I'll admit it to the world.
That was me with Motown. I mean, I'm such a Motown fanatic that I didn't know there was a whole other world, to explore of like, oh, R&B is still being made. It's definitely evolved. Like, I'm listening to guys like, The Weeknd, Brent Faiyaz, Frank Ocean, and Giveon, and D'Angelo. D'Angelo I just discovered because of the Red Dead video game when he released Unshaken. Oh my God, I didn't even know this guy existed.
Yeah.
What's his name? Anthony Hamilton. Oof.
Yeah, he's another great artist.
Maron. He's got a fantastic voice.
Good you mentioned Giveon, man.
He's not gonna. Daniel Caesar.
Yeah, he's another good one. Mm-hmm.
Who was the kid that I was? Oh, dude, I don't know if I think you and I have probably talked about this, whether on the podcast or just personally. Yves Tumor.
Yeah.
Dude, holy fucking shit. I mean, I have never seen a visual music video as crazy but as awesome as Gospel for a New Century. That has put me onto some what Russ says, put me onto some new wavelengths.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Look up Gospel for a New Century. It's like Marilyn Manson but Prince vibes.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Marilyn Manson in a musical way, not recently.
I know,
he's got a situation right now too.
Oh no.
But dude, like, he is, holy crap, I don't know how to describe Yves Tumor, but he's got an R&B experimental rock vibe to him.
Yeah, I remember checking out his stuff and liking it. I just didn't see that music video. I'm gonna have to check that out sometime, man.
He's got some fantastic dancers, some beautiful girls, and they have like devil horns and like some like it looks like the Little Nas X
Montero video,
kind of, but it came out before that.
Oh, okay.
What was that other song that he released where he's like the Dracula like character? I think it was right around. I think it was like Panini or something, that era.
Oh, okay.
That project. I call everything eras because it's, you know.
Nah, well,
the divine feminine era.
People use like generation. Like it's like, yo, man, you talk about 5 years, bro. I don't think that's how a generation works.
A generation is like is like 20-year gap.
Yeah, I always thought generation was like 20, 25 years, but the way people use generation, it was like every 5-10 years. And it's like, that's, like, I don't think so.
Like when my parents say their generation, that is completely separate from what we are.
Oh yeah.
But if I hear like some 10-year-old and it's like, yeah, my generation, it's like, you know what, Bobby, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
We're the same generation. All right, fam. Tom Brady played when I was 10. Tom Brady's playing when you're 10. Let's get it together. Okay.
Yeah. It's completely different. Yeah.
So, but there's all these artists but again, like you said, they're human and so are you. You're not God. It's a tough racket to get into, to stay into, and to get out of, because there's a lot of artists that have definitely just taken a step back and they got their money and they're pleased. They did what they had to do. Mm-hmm. You know, and I'd hate to suffer that same fate if I acknowledged it and then became ignorant about it. I'd just be the same as everyone else that's in Hollywood or music. You know, it's you gotta be self-aware for sure.
Yeah, man.
Besides that, I mean, it's summer 2021. We got Astro World coming up. We got all these big fucking festivals. Like,
yeah, man. I think there's definitely through all the shit, man, things are open again. I definitely, gonna have a good time, man. I got tickets to Lollapalooza.
Hey.
Yeah, so I'm going to that and I forget where that is. July.
New York?
It's in Chicago.
Chicago. Where's Rolling Loud? Is that in Miami?
They do different ones in different places. They'll do it in Miami. They'll do it in like the Bay Area, and they'll do it in like they're doing it for the first time in New York.
The
in
Met
October.
Stadium. That's the one.
And J. Cole's gonna be there. Travis Scott.
I would totally go there.
50 Cent, I think, is headlining one night, or either 50 Cent or ASAP Rocky. Yeah. So
window shopper, I'll be there, fam.
Yeah, I think it's Halloween weekend. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I remember seeing like a couple of weeks. I think it was like early June. Everyone was announcing festivals.
These artists are ready to go, man. They got a bunch of shit in the tuck. Everybody dropping music.
Yeah, like I mean, I am pretty excited. I have not given a listen to Tyler's new album.
It's really good,
because he's definitely going to be at one of those festivals.
He's going to be at Lollapalooza. He's headlining on Friday night.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, he's the main act. Yeah,
I would definitely go to a festival. I am kind of wanting to plan a trip out west in the fall anyway.
Nice.
With my friend, we just started talking about it, but like, if there's a big festival happening, I know Coachella's not happening this year. They canceled it again, so they'll do it next year. Mm-hmm. Boston Calling's back on for next year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so I think I'll like the Foo Fighters and Rage Against the Machine right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping they get a couple of, because I'm not really into any of those bands, so I hope they get a couple of other big artists.
Mm-hmm.
Like Yves Tumor, dude. If he's at any one of those festivals, you got to film it.
Yeah,
if he's at Lollapalooza, let me know.
I'll check the lineup again and see if he was on it. I gotta look at it again. Yeah, but
I feel like he's one of those artists that's like, I'm going to Hamburg, and you're like,
yeah.
Like what the fuck?
I mean, a lot of money to make in Europe for these artists, so I wouldn't. It would be no surprise to me with that, man. Yeah,
I'm doing my impression of Michael Jackson during the Japan tour.
Yeah,
just doing strictly Japan. Oh, well
just Japan. They love me over there. I'm gonna stick to it.
This is a little question I have. So speaking of like festivals, obviously there's YouTube videos, there's Daily Motion videos, all this and that. Is there a clip or is there like a festival of like a artist set that you've watched like on a YouTube or a screen? Because one I always go back to is what was it? Travis Scott's from like a year and a half ago or 2 years ago at was it South by Southwest or like Austin City Limits?
I don't
Because
know if I've
that's
seen
one
that
I
one.
watch. Yeah. But is
You
there
like
anything
body
that
that
you
one?
usually? Yeah, dude, he went crazy.
Sounds like Travis Scott.
Especially Skeletons, because Mac had just died, and so we like said like Mac Miller, man, we fucking miss you.
I love that song too.
Extension, we miss you.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
do you watch any of the like? Have you ever watched something like that, like someone set at a big festival or anything?
You know, I think the one I remember watching, I watched it live actually. I was at home, but they were airing Coachella. I remember watching Beyonce's performance, bro, and just going, that, ladies and gentlemen, is the greatest performer of our generation. I don't know any artist currently who like a relevant name. Now, obviously, there's a whole pool of people you can pick from. Sure. But like, no one has a live performance like Beyonce. And I'm not even like a big Beyonce fan of her music. Obviously, she has some dope songs. Like, that's undeniable. But like, her live performance, man, is just like, it's just next level shit. And it's just the detail. It's just like, sure. I've never seen nothing like it before. Never seen that. I was like, and when I saw it, I was like, oh, that's why the Beehive is so freaking, they love her to death. Like, she's unreal. She's absolutely a beast with it. So I think that was one where I was like, yo, I haven't like rewatched it or nothing like that. But that's like the first performance I could think of mine I've seen at a festival, but that I wasn't at on like YouTube. Right. I was like, yo, that shit right there, yo, that was something to remember. I wasn't even there for it, you know, like
So and that was me for a long time before I finally went to Anderson .Paak's concert. That's the only real concert I've been to. So like, for me, it was definitely Travis Scott's Austin City Limits performance.
I'm gonna have to check that one out, man. Yeah.
The way he does Skeletons, it's on YouTube. So, I just watched a couple days ago. The way he does Skeletons and extends it.
I love when artists do that, man.
Fantastic.
And add new shit to it. It's like, let's go.
Definitely another one that I always enjoy is when John Mayer and Thundercat did Them Changes at the Mac Miller Tribute Memorial. That was like John Mayer and Thundercat on the same stage. Like, you don't see that.
That's dangerous, yeah.
You know? And John Mayer like hooked up his Strat, like it was completely improvised, and he starts doing the guitar line with the Strat, and I'm like,
unreal.
Wow. And that's the closest I can ever get to that, you know, because a lot of these, you know, these festivals cost money. You gotta make enough bread to, you know, to toast it.
Bro, the only reason why I did Lollapalooza because I had so much money saved up from not going out. right. Yeah. I was like, I got the money for it. Let's fucking do it. I honestly, like, I wouldn't have done it had, you know, that whole, you know, I wasn't able to save, like,
if you didn't have the money, you wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't force it. I mean, but people definitely do that with concerts. People spend, I mean, these concerts are a lot of money, man. I mean, like Bad Bunny you see how much Bad Bunny charged for his?
Yeah, I don't blame him. I saw it during WrestleMania. I was like, all right, you just had a great match, but you want me to pay how much to go see you perform live? No, I'm good.
He ain't playing around, man. He like $800 for these balcony seats, son. You gonna see me. You gonna see me live.
Yeah, I can see you also on YouTube on a fan video. So
yeah,
I'm all for artists making money, but not that much money.
Yeah, I don't know how much far I can pay for that. That's a lot. Because
he's going like he's literally going everywhere. Like, I know he's definitely. It's not like he's doing like 6 dates. He's doing a lot.
Nah, man, he's Bad Bunny. He's like the face of Latin trap.
He is a Bad Bunny.
Yeah, he is a Bad Bunny, bro. He's a wrestler too. Like, he's like a legitimate wrestler. Like, he does. Like, he goes ham.
I will say, I had a lot of doubts about that match. I watched both nights of WrestleMania as the wrestling fan that I am. Seeing how things were leading up to it, and it was supposed to be a one-on-one match. And then it was a tag team. I was like, they don't have enough trust in him. He's probably like, shit. And then he broke out the fucking Canadian Destroyer outside on John Morrison. And I went, okay, this guy is cool in my book.
Yeah.
I don't listen to a lot of his music, but I can respect the fact that he literally put his body on the line as a legit music artist, got hit, did moves, and had people on their feet.
He's a big wrestling fan, man. He went to the lengths.
Booker T, you know.
Yeah, he has a song. He has the song. That song goes hard. That song goes hard too, bro.
And it's just Booker T in sunglasses like this.
Still jacked, like, dude. I don't know how old he is. He's still red.
Booker T. He's only in his like mid 50s to late 50s. He could. Every time I see him on camera on like WWE, I'm like, this dude could literally just go on in the middle of the ring and have a 5-star match. Mm-hmm. Like, he still looks great.
Can you dig it, sucker?
Tell me you didn't just say that. He has a great personality for wrestling. He's really insightful, and he's fucking athletic as hell. Mm-hmm. Like, people don't realize the extent that Booker T is. He was technically in WCW's days. Mm-hmm. He was a homegrown guy. He wasn't in WWE until later. And Diamond Dallas Page put it perfectly. He's like, you know, they were really looking at Booker T if he could, you know, be a big star. Guy cuts an awesome promo. He's a believable badass, and he can work in the ring. He can go with almost anyone. Booker T does not get enough respect, and I love the guy. I wish I could meet him. Booker T is grade A plus in my book.
Yeah, all the OG, like anyone that's a fan of that Attitude Era, is, you know, they always mention Booker T in those lists of wrestlers from that era. I feel like he doesn't get left out. So
yeah, and I mean, to be a 6-time world champion, like, that's impressive. Mm-hmm. You know, you're not just a normal wrestler. No, to have 6 world title reigns.
Oh, that's legit. Yeah.
I mean, 3 of them were only about 20 days apart because it was when WCW was imploding. But still, to have 6 title reigns, that is where it's at. Mm-hmm. You know, you don't just. Do you think John Cena is just a normal guy and he has 16 titles? No. Booker T is in the same light. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, there's something special about him, man. Yeah, that's
but dude, dope. Lollapalooza, dude. Hell, you might see me there.
I'm going for it's 4 days, bro.
Oh, all right. I'm only gonna be there for like 2. I'll see you later.
I'm going to be exhausted. It's by the end of that thing, bro. Because we're gonna be going out after. Like it's gonna be. I'm getting my body ready for that. It's gonna be something.
So all the gym dates is just for Lollapalooza. I love it.
After Lollapalooza, I'm done working out.
You're gonna look like, what's his name? It's gonna be like Fat Albert. As soon as you get back, you're like, all right, Jake, let's go to IHOP. Let's go, boy.
Immediately gain weight. Oh man, that's stupid. Oh man, but Jake, Shaking Jake, I gotta ask you, man. This has been one of the longer episodes. We always do a nice, long, lengthy episode, a nice, hefty episode. To
me, it feels like it's been like 10 minutes. But
it don't feel like nothing. Yeah, and I don't care. Like but I definitely
you're having fun.
Exactly. This has been great, man. I definitely don't want it to go past an hour 30. So I definitely want to, cut it where I can here, man. But I definitely want to ask you before we go, man. Is there anything you got planned for what's next you want to announce for the people? Anything you want them to check out? I know you got that merch, man. But what else do you want to mention for the people before we get out to here?
Yeah, I right now I had my podcast, the Shake and Jake podcast, really hot start in March. Trying to get that back up and running. A lot has transpired in between then. So I'm definitely trying to get the Shake and Jake podcast, which is on Spotify. Take a listen if you want. I got a few episodes there. I'm on Instagram and TikTok, Shake and Jake, on TikTok and Shake and Jake 1.
Popping TikTok, Insta. Bro. I'll be mentioned it before.
Thank you.
Yeah, your TikTok is on point, man. Like,
I'm trying to get back. I'm trying to find the next big jazz or R&B trend meme. And I haven't been able to hit it yet. I'm trying to hit gold.
But you stay on it though, and that's why I respect the shit out. You're one of the few people I know who really it does the TikTok shit and does it right. Like I'm trying to
DIY it. I'm trying to.
You gotta teach me some things, man. You gotta help me, bro. I'm trying to get on TikTok. Like I have all these ideas, man. We'll talk about it after. I don't want to announce any of my ideas.
But the best part is I've used one of your songs in one of my TikToks from like a year ago.
Yeah.
The fact that your songs are on TikTok before your actual account, you got to get on it. You got to get on it, dog. You'll be I'm on there. Like
I just don't use it. Like I have like 3 posts and they're all music related. It's like me performing music, or there's like one of me. Like it's like my first one wasn't even like a TikTok. Mm-hmm. It was like an Instagram story I made to a TikTok. I actually never made like a TikTok. Actually, I only have one TikTok like that I did on TikTok, and it was like me doing like a duet, and I rapped I did like a rap with like a rap duet with Anthony Mineo. Andy Mineo. Yeah. And I just did a rap with that. And that went well, but I want to like do funny stuff. I want to be more personal. I want to like hit the whole area. But after this,
definitely. I'm also I'm on Instagram, Shake and Jake 1. On Twitter as well. I'm not usually as prolific on there. Mostly Instagram and TikTok. That's where
those are the good apps.
And
right there,
my
apps.
merch is it's on Teespring, but I have to remember the link. I'll send it to you so you can put it on the description.
I'll put it in the description. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
But I got a couple of products. I got Shake and Jake says buy the merch. What else? I got some trombone shirts. My favorite one though is I have a pair of socks that say Shake and Jake.
Yeah,
Shake and Jake socks, and I've had 4 people buy.
That's fucking awesome.
I've sold more socks than I've sold 2 hoodies, a shirt, a couple of shirts, and two of my stuff have a logo, like a text thing. It's Shake and Jake, as well as on the back it says "Do it for you, not anyone else."
That's dope.
Because that's how I see myself. It's like no one handed me TikTok and said do stuff. I've done it myself.
Exactly.
Same thing with Instagram. I've done it myself. So that's what it's there for. Yeah.
You got that motor, man. You know what I'm saying? you keep it pushing, man. And I definitely think consistency is it's you can't teach someone to be consistent. I really don't think it's hard to teach someone to be that and be persistent. It's very hard to teach that, man. So I always salute you for that, man, and everything you put out. You're a funny dude. You're talented with it. I gotta let you know that to end off this episode, man.
And I don't mean to upstage it, but you have been literally you are the perfect supporter of Shake and Jake. I wouldn't be where I am literally without just your support. Even off the podcast, we've been friends for a long time. I mean, I don't just show up on a podcast to do stuff. I make sure I'm always there, and you are a great host. You are fantastic, and I wish you nothing but the best as well.
I appreciate that, man. I'm always happy to have you on, Jake. You know what I'm saying? We're definitely gonna make it happen again sometime soon for sure, bro. Whether it's my podcast or yours, man. So
we definitely dude, a Shake and Jake podcast with Amir Max. That's gonna be the #1 trending TikTok podcast. Take that, caller daddy.
Yeah, right. We'll go top that.
Take that, Joe Rogan.
Yeah, right.
Take that, Cumtown.
Yeah. But Cumtown, I guess, is it's popular.
We'll keep Cumtown. Nick, Stav, and Adam are dope as fuck.
Yeah, we'll keep it in there.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Shake and Jake, man. Thank you for being on, yo, for real. Ladies and gentlemen, that's episode 109 of the TempahZone podcast. Thank you very much for tuning in. Make sure you tune in next week for another episode. All right? Peace out.